so many uses for this. Not only is it the phone with the answering machine and 3 handsets, so you get your whole house full of phone, right? Everything you want right there. But it's also call blocker, blocking up to 1,000 of those robocalls and those spam calls. It's an intercom. It is a baby monitor. It works when the power goes out, so you can still make phone calls in the case of emergency. We've had a lot of power outages lately. All of this, we have very few left to go around at under $100. And it's from Panasonic, so it's a name that you know and trust. With me once again is one of our chief electronics correspondents. There is Brett Hamilton to give you all the info. Oh, hey.
Jenny, who can I turn to? All right. Listen, it's Panasonic. It's not Joe's Phone Shack. And we know Panasonic for a lot of cool stuff. And yeah, it's 4 phones. And you've got a base station that even when power goes out, yep, you've got the giant keys, you've got the speakerphone, you got all that stuff. We don't have enough time to get into all the coolness of the actual features, though I will get to those in a bit. I want to stress to you guys how amazing and how great this feature called Call Blocker is and how it's going to help you stop the bad guys.
I want the bad guys to be stopped. We have, you and I both have a lot of mutual friends, family, elderly are just seem to become victims all the time, where you get the call and they seem so meaningful and so sincere, and before you know it, you've lost money.
Well, my dad got a phone call from the cable company, and it said, this is Comcast, and I need this, this, and this, and he gave them this, this, and this, and it cost him big time. So when it starts to mess with your credit, there are enough people out there that are older or vulnerable or trusting, like all of us try to be, and then all of a sudden the bad guys get your information. So what if with this one button on here that says Call Block, you can prevent up to 1,000 phone numbers from ever bothering you again? 1,000 phone numbers from ever bothering you again. How does it work? Well, you're sitting home minding your own business one day, and the phone rings. And when the phone rings, you look down at the number and you may or you may not recognize the call. I could not have timed that any better.
Wow, well played.
So here, incoming caller, I don't know who this is. Let's find out. Hello?
Good afternoon. Can I speak to Brett, please?
This is Brett. Hey, before we go any further, he even knows my name, right? So right then you go, all right, well, trusting enough. So that's the first way to hook you. This is Brett. How can I help you?
Hi, Brett. This is Eric with Unlimited Car Warranty Company.
The car
We're
warranty.
running a special for the Labor Day weekend. Can we start with some info about
Call
you
block.
and your company?
Yes. You don't even have to be polite and say goodbye.
Nope,
because
just
that
block.
phone number, it's blocked. And that he can try to call me back. That's number 1 of 1,000, meaning you have 999 more numbers that you can now block and prevent from coming in. What did I do? I hit call block. It asked me to approve it. I hit yes, and that call's done. Now, if that wasn't cool enough, how about the calls that aren't live human beings?
Yeah, those robots.
How about the robocalls? All right, so this is probably more frustrating than a human being, because a human you can usually tell. The robocall comes through and it's like, I got another one, another one, another one. This machine is so smart that if a robot or a robocall calls your phone doesn't even ring. Here's what's going to happen. It's going to answer internally, and it's going to read a message that's already pre-recorded and put in there for you, and it's going to say, this phone does not accept calls from unknown numbers. Press 1 to continue. It's a robot. It's not going to know to press 1.
Doesn't have any thumbs, no fingers.
Does not have opposable thumbs. The robot, yeah. So the point in that is that once they don't hit the number, whether it's 1 or 2 or whatever you assign to that, it automatically rejects the call. It automatically blocks the call. And you didn't even have the phone ringing at 7 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock at night or in the middle of dinner or when you're changing the baby or you're doing laundry or you're going about your life. The call blocker stops it from happening and prevents it from happening again, up to 1,000 unique numbers. And you can pull numbers out as time goes on and refresh and stuff like that. But the bottom line is, Kirsten, now it's one less thing to worry about and one less thing for the bad guys to take advantage of.
You know, this is so smart for you to pick up, maybe for like you pick up for your father or for somebody that you are worried about. I also think not only elderly, but I also think teenagers, young adults, people who are living by themselves for the very first time, who just can be very, 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 very trusting.
Yep.
You get 4 phones.
Yeah,
4 phones. It can be used as a baby monitor if you want it to. It's got the call block function. It has an answering machine on there, so you can take, you take those record those messages as well. It's got caller ID service on it. It's from Panasonic. I mean, it has everything. And because we are so prone to these storms these days, and the fires and the storms and then more storms, this still will work even with the power out. So you can always have that line to somebody in case of emergency.
Well, it's a corded phone in the base station. There's a battery backup that's built inside here. So if the power goes out, you can still reach a loved one that may not have a cell phone. Super important anytime, let alone with all the crazy weather that we've been having. Look how big the keys are on here, right? It's a can't miss. Everything is clearly labeled. The speakerphone. Oh, by the way, you can also record a phone call when the bad guy comes through. So if somebody calls you, you don't know who it is, they won't get off the phone, but you're not sure if it's real or not. You can actually hit a button that says recording the call, and it will prompt them, and they will be told, oh, here we go, let's try it out right now. Hello.
Good afternoon. This is Marcy from your credit card fraud department.
Start recording.
All right, so now I'm recording Margie. What's that, Margie? What did you need again?
Well, your card has been flagged for suspicious transactions. I just need to prove that you have the card in your possession. So
Never.
Hit call block.
Never do that. Never give them your numbers.
And it's done. We just zapped that number. Yeah, never give anybody. Listen, if it's really the credit card company calling you, call back the number on the back of your card and make sure that it's real. Listen, a lot of this sounds like common sense, but in the heat of the moment, right? You're busy with your day. Somebody calls, and your reaction is, "Oh my God, my credit card got scammed," or my car payment, or whatever it might be, and you want to give them the information to try to put an end to it, and then you find out after the fact, right? 1,000 calls. Meaning 1,000 numbers.
500 left to go around, my friends. If you can get this home right away, this is going to be peace of mind. It's smart because we need our phones in general. It does so much with a brand name you can trust. Again, it's not Joe's Phone Shack. It is from Panasonic, and you get 4 phones. There's also 2 colors. We're so limited, we don't even have them here in the studio. We have a silver, and then we also have a rose gold. Silver is what Brett has there. Rose gold, I'm sure, is very popular in limited.
Actually, this is the rose gold that I have. I'm sorry. So
Brett's sporting the rose gold.
I have the rose gold.
And then there's also the silver. Pretty.
And silver looks like silver. Yep. But again, up to 1,000 numbers.
And now fewer
than
than 400. So we're busy. QVC.com is the best place to go. Use your mobile apps, use your phone, but get this home and get it for somebody that you know is vulnerable too, because that call blocking is really, really, really important. And the robocall feature, that's brilliant. We should have come up with that, Brett, truly.
Yeah.
Legally,
you and I
truly.
wouldn't be here anymore.
No.
If you and I had created the Amazon Fire Stick and the robocall blocker, we'd be on an island somewhere.
One day. Great to see you, my friend. Have a great one.
You too. All right, be safe, everybody.
QVC.com is the best place to go to make that order because it's going very fast. Hey, I have this in my house. It's really smart, and I highly recommend it.